Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Once again, it's Swift. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Well, this really an interesting matchup here in Week 1. Of course, you got the Super Bowl 52 rematch to talk about. No Nick Foles or Tom Brady on the field today, but for the Eagles, it's been a long wait to get back at it again since the loss to the Chiefs back in February.
Yeah, no Zach Ertz. Was it a touchdown? Was it not a touchdown? In New England, they're still upset over that call, but hey, this game is going to be a blast because the Eagles, they didn't feel like they put enough pressure on the quarterback in the Super Bowl. They want to really get after it in this one.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
King, Phil King, Phil King.
Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Now Hurts changing up the play. On 2nd and 12, Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3, psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Slot man moves right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Here we go. 11.
Now Jones. Going deep here for Parker. And that's caught inside the 30. Big play there for New England. 48 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Toss left to Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and 1st downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Jones keeping it on the sneak. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Patriots are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Well, fingers crossed here. 1st quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. There he goes, left side. DeAndre Swift, touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, 78 yards. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Nolan Smith showing some burst there to catch him behind the line. (10-7) our score after 1 right here. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs.
All right, rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Now he's free up the right sideline. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 151 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts sliding out of the pocket. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
sideline. They're going to go for it.
63.
They'll set up a throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it. That
tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Juju Smith-Schuster, 67 yards. And the Pats have got it back to within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
Philadelphia.
They go play action with Hurts. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
At long last, the Eagles have found their new marquee #1 receiver. They dealt for Brown in last year's draft, and all he did in year 1 was set a new franchise record for yards 4th best in the league. He gets him a first down there.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as a tackle made at the 18.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, Hurts. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Eagles 24, Patriots 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go, get set.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal.
21. Here we go, 11. 12. 21.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to look deep for Watkins. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Patriots 14.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pats at the line, ready to go. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing Jones. He'll buy some time right. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! DeAndre Swift with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. In motion, right goes Smith-Schuster. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get him a first down. And it continues to test the deep.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Second and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 242 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Good.
Here's Swift, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Hurts sets up to throw it. Rolling to his right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and get...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Eagles use the short field to get in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Patriots send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This will be taken at the 10. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, let's go.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Oh, it's Silver, ready? No touch.
A run for the former Seahawk. It's Rashad Penny. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Looking to throw. Jones. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott now to kick this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw on 3rd down, Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
2nd and 16 at the 27-yard line.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones, hit as he throws there, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Sidney Brown with it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Penny, a first down carry, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Rashad Penny, 45 yards. And the Eagles are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 51 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Jones now to throw on 2nd down. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Omaha! Set!
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. James Bradbury there to make the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now 2nd and 9. He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And it's caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there, maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Extra point put through by Boswell as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it again with Penny. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
He's brought down at the 30.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But